Welcome back, YouTubers, to another Raw review with us, your dynamic dudes. No, it's not two John Laurinaitis. It's Mr. Parkin and NJ.
What's up?
Otherwise known as the British Fist.
Go,
Subscribe up above, like this video, comment your thoughts on this edition of Monday Night Raw down in that comment section below.
Make sure you contact us and the links in the video below.
Yeah, so after a better than expected Over the Limit, we were expecting a Raw to really try and hype up the follow-up this pay-per-view and also follow on from No Way Out, and we've begun with none other than John Cena. And he really wasn't happy, was he? He was, damn! Johnny Ace won! It's not how he beat me, it's that he beat me! Arrgh!
Yeah, he did try to put on an act to show his anger, but you can see that he was put on just for this segment and the fact that he lost to someone as bad as John Laurinaitis.
As bad as John Laurinaitis. I have you know that guy is the inventor of the Ace Crusher. He was a fantastic talent in Japan and in the WXO. He cut the best promo we've ever seen in wrestling.
Keyword being was, yes.
Yeah, good point. I'm just going off history here. Everyone loves the golden era, guys. He wonders, of course, why Big Show has turned heel. Why did Big Show turn heel on me? At Over the Limit. I had him beat, and Big Show turned heel, and we're now stuck with people power? I mean, people power?
Yeah. John Cena did give us a review of his match at Over the Limit. Yeah, just what we needed, a review of such a great match.
Yeah, because we provided a fantastically fair review, didn't we? Which you can check out, it'll be the last video we did. And then out comes Johnny Ace. He comes out with his walking stick talking about his injury. He says, a torn ACL, a broken elbow, and a slightly fractured larynx.
In a mobility scooter, yeah. Way to pay off your injury, and this thing, yes, you make it look like you didn't hardly work the match. Yeah, John Cena poured water on you. Oh, that's a killer. I just thought this was stupid, but at the same time, Laurinaitis is trying to play off the pay-per-view in the best way he could.
It's the fact that he's trying to sell some injuries like a torn ACL, but he announces that John Cena will be facing Big Show at No Way Out because, and he rehired him on the Saturday. Don't get me wrong. And then we get Big Show coming out giving what kind of felt like a sort of piss-poor explanation of why he really turned heel. It's just like, you know, listen here, Cena. How dare you? How dare you? And it's kind of like, is that the explanation you're going to give?
Well, in a way, I do agree with what Big Show said, because he did go on saying that you have done the same thing. You would have done anything to get your job back, blah, 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 blah. So I can see why he did it. But this whole segment all together, Cena bored me to begin with. Laurinaitis made it worse. Big Show, yes, they set a match, and that's the good thing about the opener.
Yeah, but if we didn't, you know, we had 20 minutes of this opener. David Otunga just had to come out and say how much he wanted a match against John Cena, and John Cena warned him that he would hurt him. I mean, we got a pay-per-view match announced out of it. We were always going to open the show with this big angle from the Over the Limit pay-per-view. It went 20 minutes. But at least we got a match for the pay-per-view. That's all I'll say about this opener.
I guess we could look at it that way.
Well, this led us right on to John Cena versus David Otunga. They essentially play a game of cat and mouse for about a minute or so. Then pretty much Cena decimates Otunga. Then we get this interesting sequence where you get Hawkins, Rex, O'Neal, and Young attacking John Cena. Sheamus comes out and cleans house with John Cena. And then Johnny Ace makes a Sheamus and Cena versus 3 other guys lumberjack match, a 2-on-3 handicap lumberjack match for the main event tonight.
I look at Cena getting attacked. I love it. Sheamus had to come out and ruin it for me. They set another match for Cena to be in. Great. Cena in the opener, Cena in the main event. Just what I need after such a great pay-per-view main event.
Yeah, but at least we got a main event match out of it. That's all I'll say. You know, I mean, obviously they were going to concentrate a lot of time on that whole Cena and Laurinaitis angle, so you know, this was really expected, to be honest.
And it's a surprise they kept the 3 wrestlers in the main event a secret.
Yes, even though, yeah, we didn't know who they were, but there we go. We had the announcement officially on TV of the 3-hour Raw starting on the 1000th episode. We're going to be doing a topical video on Wednesday. We've already done it. We're going to upload it for you guys on the Wednesday, talking about the 3-hour Raw, the live impact, and giving our thoughts on that. We invite you to give your thoughts as well on that video, which we're going to put out on Wednesday.
I've seen many of you people have already done it, but please check ours. The video responses yours, and we'll give it a look at and just share your thoughts about it, because it's something in the WWE that could change how we see Raw for a little while. And
indeed TNA as well. So yeah, make sure you check out that video on Wednesday, guys. Alberto Del Rio versus Randy Orton was our next match of the evening. We had Santino coming up beforehand saying that Ricardo Rodriguez's accent was ridiculous.
This was good back and forward between those two, but Santino coming out not having a match, just a bit of randomness. I just thought, why not have him against Rodriguez just so he has some purpose to come out? But instead of having a match, they had back and forward words, and then Santino called out Del Rio, did the ring announcer for him, and there really wasn't much to this, but then we got to the match.
It's kind of pointless, really, if you think about it, the whole interaction. It was funny, don't get me wrong, but it's kind of pointless. Del Rio versus Orton, it went about 7.5 minutes. The whole match was essentially done to really kickstart a Jericho Orton feud. We had Jericho interfering and giving Randy Orton 3 code breakers. Jericho pretty much saying, "I'm the best in the world. I am the best in the world. Do you understand, Orton?" I'm glad they're starting an Orton-Jericho feud. I think that could be a good feud on SmackDown to have.
As much as that was an interesting way to give Orton a feud, the main thing on SmackDown should be the main title. And because of Over the Limit, I would have personally done a Jericho and Sheamus feud following on from the pay-per-view. But instead, for some reason, Jericho picked Orton, who's not the World Heavyweight Champion. So in a way, I don't really agree with that booking thing, but it's another feud for SmackDown, I guess.
Yeah, I have no problems with Jericho and Orton, 2 big stars in the business, essentially going at it, probably before Jericho goes off on his Fonzie tour or whatever he's going to do. So I don't really have a problem with it. I'll be interested to see what they do with this feud. In the Our Main Event, it was interesting they put this in the Our Main Event. Daniel Bryan calling out CM Punk in the promo segment. We have Daniel Bryan, of course, coming out first, talking about how he made Punk tap out, and he gave us proof on the footage, even though he did miss out the 3 counts, and basically he should be WWE Champion. Yes, yes, yes. And of course, he wants a rematch, and I do hope that WWE give these guys a rematch, because the finish kind of suggests that they're going to set up a rematch at No Way Out, and it would be nice to see the second big pay-per-view match between these two. Maybe, hopefully, they'll build up more of a story and more of a reason for us to watch this match this time.
Well, with this, I have no surprise that CM Punk's going to be in the Our Main Event. Throw Bryan in there to the feud, continuation of the feud. This was interesting. Bryan and Mike warming up the following from the pay-per-view, and they continue their feud. I like that. But Bryan believing he'd come to WWE Champion, yeah, because he did so great with the World Heavyweight. And the best thing about this is that obviously Punk came out. Yes. We all know Punk the saviour of promos.
Oh, Punk always lays down a pipe bomb or two. But in this one, wasn't really laying any pipe bombs. He was actually booking some matches. CM Punk came out to a very good reaction, actually, much better than Daniel Bryan. And Bryan basically announces that Daniel Bryan will be facing Kane because of the whole chair shot thing that happened on SmackDown. And that led us very nicely onto the Kane versus Daniel Bryan match with CM Punk providing his very, very lovely analytical commentary style there. And I mean, you could sit there and say this is heel versus heel, but it did fit in the storyline with Daniel Bryan hitting Kane the week before. So this match did, in essence, make sense, really. And the way they booked the match towards the end with Punk with the chair did also make sense too.
I thought this was quite clever. Obviously, we've seen Kane and Punk. Kane and Bryan now, because of the thing happened on SmackDown, how it was made, this match, I agree with it. And this match, yes, it wasn't the greatest of matches, but the main purpose of was for Punk to screw Bryan, and then for Kane to just destroy Bryan. What a great Our Main Event for me.
Yeah, indeed. So you pretty much have CM Punk doing what Daniel Bryan did to CM Punk on SmackDown. So you have Kane unloading on, once again, on Daniel Bryan. And then you have this moment where CM Punk's like, I've got to go check if he's okay. I got to go check. He makes sure he is okay by giving him the Anaconda Box. That was a good segment. I enjoyed this segment. He tapped out by hitting his head. I tap out! You're going to hurt me in the brain, motherfucker. But there we go.
With that added in at the end, they could have just left it with Kane chokeslamming Bryan, but adding Punk to it is obviously hinting that I agree with what you said about our match. This is me saying, yes, I want to give it to you, and hopefully WWE will take advantage of this. SmackDown, next Raw, make the match.
Yeah. Christian versus Jinder Mahal was our next match. It's nice you got Christian on the show after he's just won the Intercontinental Championship. I do wonder, though, do they not have any better heel opponents for him? And I do wonder, with Cody Rhodes apparently taking time out, which is terrible for me as a Cody Rhodes mark, by the way. Who are they going to actually make feud with Christian now? There's loads of credible heels right now on the roster, not many credible babyfaces, which is why I'm pleased they turned Christian heel now that Big Show is Christian face because Big Show turned heel at the pay-per-view. So I just wonder, they got Jinder Mahal here, they had a 3-minute match, whatever really, but who are they going to feud with Christian now for that IC belt? I just wonder.
Well, before to that, they had a good thing of them announcing Christian's returning to Raw, having him in the match, nice warmed up, match was right for Christian. The future Christian, it could go some ways, but I think at the moment he needs to build up in a feud, and maybe Cody will come back to give him this one more rematch, and then disappear for a while if they're going to do that to Cody Rhodes. But I think Cody Rhodes should have that rematch. But future opponents, who knows? It is a question WWE should be asking, but hopefully they've got something lined up.
I hope they do, because I do think Christian does need a feud. He is a credible babyface, and he could feud with he could really put over us like a young heel. He could even feud with a guy like a Miz or something. Who really knows? But there we go. Kelly versus Beth Phoenix. We've seen this match a couple of times on pay-per-view now, haven't we? You had Layla looking on backstage, so it looks like they may be continuing a Beth Phoenix-Layla feud. Beth Phoenix gets a pretty strong victory against Kelly, I guess, with the sort of low grand slam, or whatever they call it, glam slam.
Yeah, they warmed up Kelly coming to the ring and all this warm up as they front of a magazine and all this stuff, make us think that she's a big deal, or she used to be. And now we have Beth Phoenix getting the win. Yes, it was a Divas match, but there is a purpose for this match. Continuation of Beth Phoenix and Layla.
Yeah, and they'll probably have a second pay-per-view match. So
should do.
There we go. Yeah, what's that?
No more contenders though. Like some of these matches could have been contender matches for certain belts, but it'll happen.
In ROH, they'd make Christian versus Jinder Mahal a proving ground match or something. But there we go. The main event of the evening, which this whole show was pretty much revolved around after the opening sort of 30 minutes of the show. We had our World Heavyweight Champion Sheamus and John Cena versus the three mystery opponents, Dolph Ziggler, Jack Swagger, and Lord Tensai in a 2-on-3.
Tensai. They've shortened his name down to Tensai now.
Doesn't really make a difference. He's still not getting no reaction. He's still not getting any reaction. What's the difference? 2-on-3 handicap lumberjack match. You know, this is the kind of segment where they really needed to try and get as much heat on the heels as possible, and they did a pretty good job of doing that, really. You had the heels beating on Sheamus most of the time, trying to protect Cena a little bit, and you know, they did a good job in getting the heel heat on the heels, especially John Laurinaitis, who was just sitting there, like, you know, with his injury. Oh, I'm going to watch over this that I've created with my people power.
Yeah, great. And then all of a sudden he disappeared, the Big Show's on the ramp, and the match warms up. The thing about this match, go past all, you know, Super Cena coming in the ring, kicking ass, then Sheamus getting bad outside the ring. All the lumberjacks came in the ring, just destroyed them both, and oh my gosh.
What's that?
Out comes the faces to the rescue!
Oh,
and it's all a big mess in the ring.
Yeah, it was like a massive fucking Royal Rumble, wasn't it, with no eliminations. But there we go. You know, it was an interesting way to end the show. I mean, you know, all these guys messing up in the ring. You do wonder what it's going to lead to. But at the end of the day, you have John Cena leaving the ring, Daniel Bryan style, and he goes looking for Big Show. He finds Big Show, getting in the way of Johnny Ace as well. And Big Show knocks John Cena out to end the show. So, you know, main heel in Big Show, and they're going to have a feud, so you might as well do this kind of segment at the end of the show.
Going past the mess of the main event, the ending of the show was good because Cena got knocked out. Big Show looking strong on his return from his short firing session, one of Cena's firings. And then you have Cena getting laid out. Big Show put the full stop to Raw. Very good way to finish Raw, though.
Yeah, what were your overall thoughts on this Raw, though, NJ? I'd like to know. So all these people would as well.
Oh yeah, this Raw was absolutely wonderful. Great. Yeah, we've got matches for No Way Out and hype towards that, some following from the pay-per-view, but my entertainment for this Raw just really weren't there. I was like, there's some things to this Raw, but the entertainment weren't there.
The entertainment, I will admit, the entertainment was very mild in this show, but they did a good job of continuing the whole big angle from Over the Limit with the opening segment and also with the main event segment. We got a match for No Way Out announced already, which is good in my opinion. Most of the segments seem to hype up something like the Jericho Orton feud. You do wonder what they're going to do with the World Heavyweight Championship or the IC Championship. We'll probably find out about that on SmackDown, really. But I mean, they did a decent job of continuing some feuds and following up the pay-per-view while not being an incredibly entertaining show. There wasn't like massive amounts of filler on this show, which is one thing I'll take from it. But the biggest angle of the show was generally done pretty well and was, spent most of the TV time on that main angle, which is what they really need to do, as it is getting the most heat and TV time and build right now.
There was some things missing from Over the Limit, but they did their job, hype up the main things. I just look forward to seeing on SmackDown to see if they can fill up the gaps.
Yeah, and to see CM Punk and Daniel Bryan should hopefully be another good rematch. Look forward to SmackDown though, seeing what they're going to do with World Heavyweight Championship, the IC Championship, and seeing what they do with some other feuds going into No Way Out. But there we go. Grade or
yeah, thanks.
You're not going to grade the show? I will give it a B-. That's what I will give it. Guys, give us your opinions down in that comment section below on this edition of Monday Night Raw. And make sure you check out our Wednesday topical video where we will be talking about the 3-hour Raw, our thoughts on that, and Impact going live as well. So make sure you check it out. It'll be a good one.
It should be indeed. It should be.
Yeah, indeedly doodly. NJ, do you want to provide us a little outro?
I should do, because I just want to get past this Raw. But people, please share your thoughts on this Raw, because there was some good, bad, and ugly. And all I can say, people, is please share your thoughts in the comments section below. And from Mr. Parkin and me, NJ, goodbye.